All right, we're going to try and draw again. Right now, we're going to go with just a nice little, we're going to do a forest scene. And we're working on a dry erase board, dry erase markers. Now, we're going to go forest. You need trees. They don't have to be fancy, at least not to start. Some straight lines, real easy. Now, normally, I would have added a horizon line in before the trees, but the nice thing about this medium is you can go back and forth. It's almost like digital. Okay, now trees are always bigger on the bottom than they are on the top. That's just the nature of nature. It's always reaching out for the daylight. So you just throw some lines up there. We're going to throw some more lines up there. It's a little symmetric for me, but we're going to see. I'm sorry this video is so dark. I'm doing this at night, and my lighting is not quite perfect. I'm working on a whole new system, but we're going to see. Let's make a river. River. Let's see, but do we want it? Yeah, let's do this. Let's make it interesting. How much room do I have? Cool. We can just sort of whip it through. Nice little zigzaggedy. Okay, that's not too bad. What else can we do here? Now we're gonna, because trees aren't transparent, we can just, with the finger, take away the lines. And again, this is just a cheap wipe-off board, wipe-off marker from Dollar Tree. I love Dollar Tree. And now, there are cases where some art supplies work better than others. It's not always the most expensive. But, don't get caught up in that. Don't get caught up in you need fancy art supplies. Because all I'm doing, real simple, we're running some squiggly lines just to give the idea of trees. We're going to go a little bit more. Just real simple squiggly lines. That's going to give us the depth in the background. Now, this isn't lined up perfect, but that's okay. It doesn't need to be perfect. That's one of the great things about working with dry erase. It's so temporary. Yeah, my arm's getting a little sore, so I'm going to switch hands for a minute. Now, my left hand's a lot stronger than my right hand. It doesn't have the damage, but it has a different way of talking. Lines tend to be a bit bolder, not as trusting. It just hasn't had the practice because I was of the generation where they made me sit on the left hand. So we'll get the right arm going back up here, real fast, real simple. Just, we want to add that sense of movement, keep it simple. Okay, now, this looks not bad. Let's make these birch trees. I love birch trees. Birch trees have these sort of lined rings of different tone. And if I were doing a medium where I could shade, I would be all over it. But since I can't, you just accept you can't. It's what you got. And this is, again, where I love white dry erase when you're drawing in it is so forgiving that it feels almost like sculpture. It's like, I don't like that line, blink, that line's gone. You want thickness, you just add it. You can even shade once you get a bit practice with it, but you get that almost. I grew up on the Calvin and Hobbes, love Calvin and Hobbes, and I loved the way Bill Watterson would do his backgrounds. There'd be these masterful, just beautiful things. Look, draw and leave. Just need to give the idea of some grass back here. So we're going to darken this up a bit. I haven't quite decided if I'm going to try to throw color into this or not. Don't be alarmed by the switching of my hands. I don't expect anybody else to do it. It's just my right arm is a little sore from sword practice. And if you're interested in that, you can see lots and lots of videos on my other channel. But I'll throw the link down there because I believe in being multi-talented. Life is about finding things you are passionate about and doing them. And none of them really have to be that expensive. Okay, I had lost track a little bit. And yeah, this is just scribbles. This is just, scribbles in the sand. But that's what this exercise is. It's the dry erase board frees you up to just try stuff, to play a little bit. And yeah, this is a lot more classical art than what I usually put up. I usually put up anime. But I think you guys will get a kick. Whoop. My camera's a little wobbly right now on my improvised selfie stick and a tiki torch holder clamp to get the angle where it holds it nice, but okie dokie. Let's just darken this rock and darken this rock. Hey, where's the sun? Always have to ask yourself, where's the sun or the moon or whatever? We're gonna say it's way over here, so we'll just put a little hashtaggy thing. Oh, you can't even see the hashtagging. The hashtag is too high. Better put this up here. For now, this is hashtag sun. Okay, so remember I said we did those squigglies? We're gonna add a second letter of squigglies. Boom. To across the thing, and because, again, we could just flatten that. The noise you heard was my son not going to sleep like he's supposed to. But we just throw up some happy little lines. And what you want is that sort of V shape. That V shape is what's going to tell everybody, oh, this is nature. This is not, anything mechanical. It's biological. And I have a couple colors I could throw into this mess, but I'm kind of liking just the black and white suddenness of it. And you can have the exact same effect doing this with Sharpie, but you won't be able to erase. So it can get a little heavy. I mean, because the permanency of the marker starts to affect the permanency of the art. That's why I love just cutting loose, especially when I'm stressed, on some dry erase boards like this, because when I'm all done, I'm just gonna wipe my hand across or use eraser or whatever, and my eraser's gone, so it'll probably be like a sock or something. Doesn't matter, just a piece of fabric, and you just erase it away, and then you do something else neat, and you're starting to get the feel. It's just boom, real simple lines. The curvature of these gives you the curvature of the branches, the trunks. You do it heavier where it's darker because that happens. Line it up. It gives it that peeling that beech or birch does. It's really nice. I've had the option of growing up in a very natural, very pretty place in LaPorte County. And well, I won't be there much longer. I've been spoiled. See, I need to get this part darker. But again, I'm paintbrush gripping, like do. Throw that up there. Oh, it messed up. Oh well, it's dry erase. I don't like a line. It's gone. I think we assign too much permanency in life, but we're just gonna real quick. Let me put up some happy trees. I can't resist it, folks. I'm sorry. Bob Russell's a hero, so every once in a while, if I have a chance to make sure my trees are just a little happy in his memory, well, then I am okay with that. So, I could throw some color in there. Wasn't planning to, but, what do we got here? I got 4 for $1 here. We'll throw them up. Ooh. I think we're going to go with the blue. I think we're going to just add a little blue sky and see how that works. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. We just squiggle that in. Now, what I like is there's a definite physical texture to this stuff. So even when I'm kind of scribbling and playing around like this, there's when you wipe your hand off across it, you find that it almost pills. There's as it dries, it's like I said, this style of art ends up being closer to a very slapdash sort of sculpture almost. It's more. It feels like more like two-dimensional sculpture than anything else. But then we get this, and we'll do this a little bit. Yeah, I promise the next video will be done with better lighting. I might even move that sun. Okay, I know the sun's up there. We don't need to see the sun. Let's see. It's fall where I am, so we'll throw just a bit of red. Just kind of whip it around. And bless you, son. There's no wrong answers. Just want to get that. I can't honestly remember if birches turn red. I think they turn pretty yellow. But this is what I got. And for a quick kind of sketchy, just to get the feel on, I think it's actually tonight is the equinox for folks who follow such things. I sometimes do because that's just good to keep track of. I have friends that's a big deal to. And we just kind of throw that color around. And I'm sorry, I'm very, very, very sore from just doing a lot today. But do that, okay. We'll keep that color band there. Just Mark, there was a fella, he was on Imagination Station, I think is what it's called, on PBS. Really influential on me. Always made these zoomy noises. I do encourage you, if you ever get a chance, when you're outside, look at the trees. Because everybody thinks tree bark, that you go, well, it's brown. And once you cut it, it usually turns brown. But very often there's a much more gray to it. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, I don't want to lose the delineation, but I think I can just sort of, acquaint some of this blue marker in and have it just sort of swirl a bit. Well, that's nice. That's nice. And this is just, again, dry erase. No harm, no foul. Just throwing it on like it's a kid playing with what you call it, like watercolors. It's really just fun, just kind of scribbly and actiony, and it just clears the head after all the hard things you hear in politics these days. And the only other color I have in my lovely pile is green. And, we have this grass over here, so let's just sort of give it a shot or two of green. Just to sort of, I might throw some green up in the tree too. I haven't quite decided. But, I've done nothing with this riverbank, so I'll just fake it. It's okay. Yeah, see, now we're getting somewhere. And it overwrites, just sort of, it feels very much like digital art, actually, which I find funny. Because it's so not. And there you go. This kind of wish I had more colors. I may just go out and seek out more colors if I keep doing these videos. And we'll keep, do this over here. gives it that sense of continuity. And this is very sloppy, I'll admit it. I don't know if you guys like this style of art. Please comment. I'll go back to my regular cartooning in the next videos, probably. But I'm just feeling a little classical on a, kind of cool autumn night. I don't know, a little bit of that in there. I don't want to make it too busy, but yeah. Imply that there's been green here. Don't be afraid to. I kind of like that white. I like the outline of it, but just what there is there's no mistakes. The whole thing is a mistake. The whole thing is a beautiful, sloppy mess that's going to be erased. So it's transient, and we are all transient. You might as well find the beauty that's, you wouldn't think is there, that you might not notice. And you just sort of play with it and embrace the fact this is going to be gone. I'm going to be gone. You're going to be gone. Life, death, it all blends together. It doesn't really matter. But the fact that it all blends together is what makes it kind of matter. And this is, this is what it's about. Just embracing the beauty that you find. Kind of like that. The impression of life, very impressionist, very squiggly, very fast. Very different from my cartooning, which is thick-lined and kind of oddly precise in it. Come back over to dark light it, because that's, my habits start creeping between styles. And, we can even throw some more black in here to reseal the lines. I'm gonna quick finish this part. And when I say it's almost eerie how fast I'm going, because I'm just playing, guys. This is sort of, it's almost decadent in the lack of control that I'm throwing out. Just cutting loose a little bit, because life's too serious, and I found myself feeling it's too serious. The politics and the darkness and the things that scare me. And instead, I'll just take a while, focus on the beauty, focus on the hope and the ironic short-term, what's going to come of this? Who knows? It's just, but, okay, whew. That doesn't look too bad. Let's see. We're going to call that just a quick artistic scribble with Nick. And this has been Art Time with Nick. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe. Check out my other channels.